What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the What's Happening YouTube channel, and I'm back. I'm back with another stream. It's been a while since I streamed. It's probably been about that Drake stream was about like 40 days ago, 50 days ago. Yeah, I've kind of been busy, so I've just been, chilling, doing what I do. But today's theme of the stream is going to be rappers who were at the height, the possible height of their career. And for some reason, with one artist, there was a real specific reason. But for some reason, they just start going downhill. So we got four that I chose, right? We got Dababy, we got Roddy Ricch, we got Lil Baby, and then we got Chance the Rapper. So those are the ones that I'm going to react to, and the situations I'm going to react to. But first up is Dababy. We're going to see what's going on with Dababy.
Dababy was predicted to be one of the biggest breakout rappers of his generation, and for a moment he was, until it all came crashing down. A self-inflicted takedown. From artistic stagnancy to turning off his female fanbase to destroying his pop crossover.
I will say this though. That was a large criticism of Dababy, is that all of his music sounded the same. I do get that, and I understand that criticism. At first, I was just kind of like, whatever, the shit still bop. But after a while, you do notice it, and it's not.
There's so many things that he did wrong. 2019 was his breakout year. He had Suge, which became a
2019 was his year. If that was a year to have, 2019 would have been it for Dababy. 2019.
Top 10 hit. He released his debut and sophomore album within the same year. His debut Baby on Baby was a success, but his second album Kirk is his commercial and artistic prime. Songs like Bop became a viral sensation, and his 2020 hit Rockstar, taken from his third album, became a true pop hit, going #1 for 7 weeks on the Hot 100. I think
that is true. 7 weeks. I mean, there's been rap artists who have, obviously charted for a longer period of time, but that is honestly crazy. Crazy work. 7 weeks.
Most people would describe Dababy as talented when he first broke out, and he showed a lot of promise. He wasn't necessarily a showy rapper.
He showed a lot of promise, but there was a lot of situations where you knew this motherfucker was going to be trouble. You just knew it. You knew it, especially like all those situations where he was getting arrested and shit. You knew what was going to happen eventually. He was going to say something or do something to put his career in jeopardy.
But he had a lot of charisma and knew how to command a mic. He felt like a modern-day musical child of acts like Ludacris and Nelly. Very charismatic rappers, ladies' man.
Bro, I'm sorry. No disrespect to Nelly, but come on now. Come on.
And while they aren't a stranger to being emotional, they had fun music, which lent itself well to pop appeal. I think Dababy definitely had all those ingredients in his marketing. The type of rapper that's not very polarizing, and most audiences can enjoy to some degree if they came on at a function.
Yeah, I mean, I could see, chilling at the barbecue and shit, somebody turn on Dababy and you'll be like, okay, who's that? Oh, that's Dababy, And then the next song plays. It'll be like, yeah, that I know that's Dababy because, the shit sounds the same. No,
Let's start with the scandal that everyone knows.
It's a joke. I'm just playing.
The Rolling Loud incident that took place in 2021. While performing, Dababy said, "If you didn't show up today with HIV/AIDS or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases, I'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks."
Why? What does that have to do? I always wonder, if I had one question to ask Dababy, right? And his response was even more wild about you just had to be there type shit. I would literally ask, right, bro? I literally ask, what does this have to do with any of your music or any of your songs? What does this have to do with anything, bro? I don't know. And first of all, this is a very uneducated statement. You know, I don't know. Shit is weird. Motherfuckers are weird. Imagine you just show up to a rap concert and then the rapper is literally talking about like, what you didn't show up with AIDS, you didn't show up with like what? You just show up to a rap concert and you hear this shit. I don't know.
Then put a cell phone light in the air. Ladies, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot.
Wait a minute. What does water smell like? Water has a smell? So if I just put water on me and I smell myself, you know, I'm gonna smell like water. Like what does water smell like? That's what I want to know.
Put a cell phone light in the air.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air.
And see, the crowd even doesn't even know how to react to this shit because even they're just silent. Even they're just like, what is going on?
Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
This very random call out sent shockwaves throughout the
very random. Like that's what I was trying to like my point that I was getting at earlier. What did that have to do with anything? You know, you were just performing. Like, did that had nothing to do with any of your songs? You know, it like, I'm not even saying if it would have led into something, it would have been better because it's not. But like, what?
Internet, ranging from the LGBT community to celebrities, from Elton John to Miley Cyrus to Dua Lipa to even Chris Brown.
Okay, now
yes, Chris Brown.
Now, from what I understand. From what Dababy said, right, is he said that him and Dua Lipa aren't even cool like that. You know, it was just a feature. So, like, I feel like that shit is a little bit forced outrage right there, you know, but it's whatever.
Even with all of his controversies, had something negative to say about it.
Bro, Chris Brown literally beats up women for his workout, bro. And he is criticizing Dababy. Let that sink in. Just let that sink in.
Shut the fuck up, do your shows, thank everybody, then get the fuck off stage, Brown wrote. While he didn't explicitly mention Dababy, it's pretty clear that his comments were in reference to the Rolling Loud uproar. Dua Lipa also took it upon herself to distance herself from Dababy. Her song Levitating, that was remixed by Dababy, as well as his song Rockstar, had really set the.
I felt like that was a little bit forced, though. It was like a situation where she was just kind of like, "Oh, this motherfucker's getting hella backlash, and I don't want that attached to me." And you know, my song "Levitating" is blowing up. That shit blowing up. I don't want that to harm my image, so I'm just gonna distance. That's what that sounds like. Which, to me. I mean, I think anybody in the position of a celebrity like that would have to do the same. Like,
path for Dababy to be a big pop crossover act. Levitating was huge. The Dababy version reached number 2 on the charts. Dua fans were outraged and wanted him removed from the song after the incident, which prompted Dua to respond. I'm surprised and horrified at Dababy's comments. I really don't recognize this as a person I worked with. I know my fans.
Come on, though. You've had to see You've had to see how he acted before, though, because there's been situations that you could have seen where you're like, okay, I could see that. I think anybody that was really tapped in with Dababy could see him saying this shit. But I know we don't know him personally. I know that we don't know him personally. I don't know him personally. But I'm just saying, the image that he puts out there, you could definitely hear him say that.
Know where my heart lies, and I stand 100% with the LGBTQ community. We need to come together to fight the stigma and ignorance around HIV/AIDS. Eventually, the Dababy version of Levitating began to get phased out on playlists and radios, and was replaced with Lipa's original solo version, and the original version overtook Dababy's remix. Obviously, there's so many things wrong with Dababy's initial statement, just being outright wrong about HIV and AIDS,
Yeah.
and there is a distinction. he seems to group them together as one, as well as the ignorant comments about people with infections dying within weeks. Also, why is Dababy worried about another man sucking dick in the parking lot?
Exactly.
That was odd. But also, not only is it ignorant, it's just disrespectful in general.
For real, why is he worried about that shit? What business is it of yours, man? If they want to do that shit, then what business is it of yours? It's not. I mean, hey, if they want to do that shit, they're gonna do it, bro.
Say someone buys a ticket and they come out to support this artist that they love and respect and that they have invested in.
Yep.
And say they do have HIV or AIDS, and they are met with Dababy's remarks. It's a disregard for the audience he's performing for as well. Not just—
Well, didn't he try to justify it saying that, like, his fan base isn't in that group? How do you know that, though? You don't know who's listening to you at all times. You don't. You don't know the origin of these people, the orientation of these people, what these people, you know, are going through.
the people not at the show. Ultimately, it's very poor showmanship. What made this incident worse is Dababy doubling down.
Yep.
I really did see a lot of people online approaching him with the intent of education, but he seemed to have his mind made up. Anybody who done ever been affected by AIDS/HIV, y'all got the right to be upset. What I said was insensitive, even though I have no intentions on offending anybody. So my apologies, but the LGBT community, I ain't tripping on y'all.
Yeah.
Do you? Y'all business is y'all business.
Then why bring this up at the show, though? That's what I don't get. This has still puzzled me on why this was even said to begin with. What this led to nothing. This led into nothing.
What a terrible response. Now, a lot of people will state the Rolling Loud incident as the sole ender of Dababy's career, but there were many other things. Dababy built a reputation for always being involved in conflict. Physical conflict, that is.
That's what I would, yeah.
Some where he was legally in the clear and it was viewed as self-defense. Other times where his violence and controversies...
I don't even think you need to lump that. I mean, people did say if you look at the full security footage, you know, it tells a different story. It doesn't tell a self-defense story, but I don't know that to be true, so I'm not even going to say that.
It seemed very abrasive and pointless. In 2020, according to TMZ and other outlets, members of his crew allegedly assaulted and robbed a music promoter who only paid him $20,000 of the $30,000 he was owed for a performance in Miami. The same year, ironically on a tour called the Up Close and Personal Tour, he slapped a female fan on his way to the stage for a performance. The crowd booed him, and he left.
I remember that shit. See, so when Dua Lipa said, like, this isn't the person that I've worked with, or I don't recognize this as the person I worked with, again, we don't know Dababy personally, but the image he puts out there, like shit like this, you're telling me you see shit like this and you can't see him saying this shit.
Concert without performing any songs. He said that he struck her because she placed her phone too close to his face while taking a video with the flash on.
Okay, so you just automatically go to throwing hands?
I'm very sorry that there was a female on the other end of that flashlight on that phone.
Oh my god. Oh my, I'm very sorry. Like, I did not know.
In his apology, he claimed that whether the person was male or female, he would have responded the exact same way.
And by this time, you know, it's a well-known fact that, like, male or female, I would have responded the same exact way.
Many thought that it was an unnecessary course of action. I remember the sentiment around Dababy at this time was, why can't he keep his hands to himself? And I really think he should have had better security while walking through a crowd if a phone would trigger him to the point of physical assault.
Yeah, like it's a phone, bro. It's a phone. It's not like she was pointing a weapon at you. It's not like she was, you know, doing anything like that, bro.
There was also the incident with Brandon Bills, his baby mother, Danny Lee's brother. Dababy and his team beat him up at a bowling alley. Many people don't seem to actually mention the incident that happened directly with Danny Lee, his baby mom. It was a major trending topic on social media, and I think it turned a lot of his female fanbase off. where Danny Lee alleged that Dababy was trying to kick her out and his 3-month-old baby with nowhere to go.
See, that's fucked up right there. See, and this just showcases a little bit of who he is. I mean, actions speak louder than words, bro.
When she didn't leave, he called the cops on her. Dababy broadcasted this incident on Instagram Live and actually confirmed that he was kicking her out due to the drama with his other baby mom. Danny Lee alleged that he wanted to kick her out to bring other women in the house after she had cooked and cleaned for him, in addition to taking care of his 3-month-old baby. While Danny Lee has her own negative controversies, particularly surrounding allegations of colorism, and her most recent being a DUI, I think Dababy ultimately came out as the loser in this scenario. Dababy was branded as a ladies' man, and he really leaned into that. Freakiness is a huge part of his artistry, and women really went strong behind Dababy. Obviously, being a man in a powerful position, and allegedly kicking your baby mother.
Yeah, that just isn't a good situation. I just don't even really want to get into that, though. I wanted to keep it strictly to the music or strictly to, what that situation. But shit is crazy with Dababy, bro. You had all that money, bro. Let's just think about this, right, guys? You guys have all that money. You guys have all that fame. You guys have hit after hit after hit. Would you do that shit? That type of shit? Would you Chris Brown? Would you do a Chris Brown? Would you put any of that in jeopardy? I don't think a lot of people would. But we're going to now go into the unforeseen downfall of Lil Baby. Now, I've never been I'm not the biggest Lil Baby fan. Never been the biggest Lil Baby fan. But what has actually happened to Lil Baby is kind of scary if you really think about it, right? Not like scary as in like being an artist, right? If you're an artist and you blow up and then all of a sudden you're just kind of like everything is like outshining you and everything is just, you're just kind of like, I don't know, in this pocket of your own, or you're just like in this middle ground, And from what I hear, Lil Baby hasn't been putting out the best music, which I do think that is true. I think the quality of music has obviously changed, but I don't think the quality was all the way there to begin with, guys. But, that's just how it is. That's how the music industry is nowadays. It moves at such a rapid pace that a lot of people aren't able to keep up. A lot of artists now aren't able to keep up unless you're like a big name like Cardi or, Drake or Kendrick or J. Cole or somebody like that. You'll be able to keep up. But for these newer people coming up in the game, I feel sorry for them, bro.
The BET award goes to Lil Baby.
In 2020, Lil Baby had the biggest album of the entire year in terms of streaming numbers, beating records from the likes of Taylor Swift and Harry Styles.
He did 2020. Like, I remember when, people, I was getting into debates with people at school. At that time, the times that we were able to go to school, and I was like debating them on Lil Baby, and his music not being really that good and all that shit. And people were calling me, "Oh yeah, but you're insane." I was like, "Watch, he's going to go to the heights. He's going to ascend the heights, but then you won't hear from him." And it's not that he's not releasing music, because he is, but
to claim the top spot. Then in October of 2022, he simultaneously charted 25 songs on the Billboard Hot 100.
He did. These are actual real accomplishments. He came in the game. Lil Baby came in the game, had that under his belt quickly. And for a new artist at that time, even now, that's like major shit,
Becoming the youngest person to ever achieve this feat, but with an arena tour being canceled due to poor sales, and his name cropping up less and less in cultural conversation, it seems...
Hold on, guys. Let's go.
I'm here to answer one simple...
Let's go back. Let's go
Seems
back.
as if Lil Baby is facing, but with an arena tour being canceled due to poor sales, and his name cropping up
Luis Day. Luis. Bro, this comment. Oh my god. That is true though. That is true, Lil Baby. I'm just thinking of like a black, like Alvin and the Chipmunks type vibe.
less and less in cultural conversation. It seems as if Lil Baby is facing real adversity within the music industry for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm Luesta, and today I'm here to answer one simple
And the real question is, can you overcome it or will you succumb to it? A lot of people end up succumbing to it because it's just,
question. Did Lil Baby fall off? Or is his downfall being over-exaggerated by the hip-hop community?
honestly, it could be either one. It could honestly be either one. Do I honestly think he's fallen off? I mean, he's hit the heights. He still does numbers, right? Whether the music is like the quality of the music is there or not, he's still doing numbers. So I would say, yeah, but no. yeah, but no. Like, obviously, he's not going to go away completely,
When Lil Baby first bursted onto the scene in 2017, he was seen as one of the most fastest growing rappers in the history of hip-hop. He went from practically being a nobody to being signed to the same label as the Migos, got the Drake stimulus package. And
bro, that Drake stimulus package back in them times, bro, probably made a lot of careers, but also, too, now it's the A minor. That's what it's called now, the A minor stimulus package.
was already putting out songs that were considered to be anthems for the city of Atlanta.
The A minor stimulus package.
Now, this is insane, because only 2 years prior to 2017, Lil Baby was just another dude hanging out in the street. And during multiple run-ins with the law due to things stemming from marijuana possession, reckless driving.
It's still crazy to be. I mean, I know like people obviously like you have the Mary Jane in your vehicle, you're going to get arrested, It's just crazy though. Like to just think about like in certain states still how that's just, a thing where people are still getting arrested for that.
Eluding police, and attempting to escape arrest after a high-speed chase. Yeah, that boy Baby.
Bro, he did the race, bro. He did a take.
He was out here doing the race.
He ain't serving no 50. Loesta gets it, bro, but he ain't serving no 50 years.
It's like TK in 2017. But this won't be the only time in the video where Baby will get penalized for changing lanes, if you know what I mean. And later we'll discuss
in the fast lane, bro. What do you think? He was changing from slow to the fast lane.
the drastic effect this had when it happened in his career. But hanging out in the streets of Atlanta had both positive and negative effects on Lil Baby. On one hand, it led him to various trouble, but on the other, it also provided him with valuable connections.
It did?
These connections allowed him to meet influential rappers like Young Thug and Gunna, who both played a
Oh, bro, hold on. You know this was a while ago, bro, because you will probably never find a picture of Young Thug and Gunna again. Gunna. But to be fair, I'm big too, though, so I can't lie. But Gunna, I wonder how many Big Macs Gunna had. I'm just being real,
role in his success. Additionally, meeting Coach K and Pierre P. Thomas, who run the label Quality Control, which you guys probably know as QC.
Yes.
Which became a huge turning point for him. This is the same label that had signed artists like the Migos and Lil Yachty and were instrumental.
Which obviously they blew up. Which the Migos is another one, bro. The Migos is another one. And Offset, let's just talk about real quick how Offset was like the least expected member to take off because everybody was, on that Quavo bandwagon, But that's crazy, bro.
instrumental
And then Takeoff, RIP Takeoff, bro.
in helping them skyrocket in their career. These people would all have to encourage Baby to rap, as they all believed he had all the characteristics that were needed to become a famous rapper.
I mean, he did, bro. If you really think about it, he did. He did, And his music that I mean, even if I'm not the biggest fan, right? Even if I'm not the biggest fan, he did his thing. And I have to respect that he did his thing.
Coach K used to always say, man, Baby got that swag. He got that real young Atlanta nigga swag. Man, I'm telling you, he need to rap.
Bro, it's always the ones from Atlanta, bro. They have the cheat codes to life. I swear, bro. I swear, Atlanta is just like this magical matrix type of place where, like, I don't know, like, you just pop a GTA cheat code up in that bitch, and then all of a sudden you got money, you got everything, bro.
Coach used to always say that.
But rapping came at a cost, and Lil Baby was all about the bag. Since
Yeah, all
rapping
about
wasn't
that
really
bag.
making any bread. And
Honestly, though, a lot of rappers nowadays are about the bag. If you are trying to make money off of doing it, you're going to do whatever's best for the bag.
Lil Baby had a duty to provide for his family by hustling drugs and playing dice. He needed to see money coming in to get away from that life he was living. Words of encouragement didn't do enough for him. Like they say, money talks, and
Money
thankfully,
does talk.
it was Young Thug who aided him financially, as he really believed in Baby's ability
Bro, that is actually kind of cool, though. That is kind of cool that already famous rapper believes in you so much that he is basically like, yo, I will pay for you, bro. That is actually real G shit by Young Thug, bro.
to hit the mainstream.
Young Thug really, literally, like, paid me to leave the neighborhood.
That's
so you
true.
can rap, you
That's
got it. I'm
true.
telling you, like, you could be net, like, bro.
Just to believe in somebody, bro. Just to believe. I imagine somebody believes in you so much, believes in your craft. I would have to feel at that point like I gotta make it. I gotta do what's best. I gotta do it.
You gotta leave the hood. Like, I'm telling you, like, bro, I pay you to come to the hood today. Like, how much you gonna make today? Like, I'm gonna pay you to come to the
Also, what's up, Camdy? What's up? What's going on?
studio, just stay at the studio all day. Like,
Gunna would also play a huge role, as he would act as Lil Baby's ghostwriter for some time, and when he got the hang of it, he was off to the races. Lil Baby even claimed he told QC that he wouldn't stop living the life he was living if he didn't at least get $5 million for a deal.
Wait a minute. Hold on, bro. Hold on. 5 mil. 5 mil. What the fuck? I'm not saying that. I mean, nobody can put a value on what you're worth other than you. If he feels that he's worth 5 million, then he is. But damn, 5 mil.
Now, I tried researching what deal he was given by QC, but it was really difficult to find. However, it seems that he was signed to QC in 2017, and when he did, he wasted no time, and would go on to drop 3 projects that same year that really put him on the map, specifically for songs like Pure Cocaine.
Made a brick do a brick, ain't whip up shit, this pure cocaine.
No. I gotta mute that guy. Sorry. But I don't want that copyright shit breathing down my neck, bro. I don't want it breathing down my neck.
For projects in 2018, including the collaborative project Drip Harder with Gunna, the Street Gossip mixtape, and his debut album, Harder Than Ever.
Pause, bro. Pause. I don't know who would name Harder Than Ever. Pause. What did he do before this? Blue Chew?
At number 3 on the charts, Harder Than Ever made it evident that Lil Baby was playing for keeps. And in a career that had been full of helping hands, Lil Baby was about to get another one on this record, when he became a beneficiary of what has been referred to in hip-hop circles as the Drake stimulus package.
The A minor stimulus package.
After he got Drizzy to make an appearance on the hit track Yes Indeed.
Did all the favors they never.
I don't want to hear it. No. I'm sorry, but no. I have to also mute it.
And it peaked at number 6 on the charts. But with the impact that it had on his career, it might as well been that of a number 1 in terms of what it did for his status. As was also the case for Drip Harder's title track, which landed at number 4, but ultimately went on to become—
That Drip Too Hard joint was fire, bro. That Drip, I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Lil Baby, but I have to say, bro. And that shit about Gunna, I don't even care, bro. I ain't in the streets. I ain't in the streets, so I could still say Gunna, Gunna's doing his thing, or wanna, as people, whenever he drops a fire album, wanna.
Lil Baby's first and currently only diamond record. Suddenly becoming one of the most in-demand artists for features, Lil Baby would spend the remainder of 2018 and 2019 contributing to tracks for other artists, including Lil Durk, Yo Gotti, DJ Khaled, Post Malone, and many more. Throughout this time, he has been building up a buzz that made his 2020 project, My Turn, one of the biggest hip-hop albums of the decade. It was released in February of 2020.
That's the album, right, that I was debating with. Or I was just debating with somebody in general. A kid that used to go when I was going to school, before it was like my sophomore year. I was like debating with this kid because he was like a real big Lil Baby fan. At that time, though, I could appreciate him now. On features, I really like him on features, but like, I was just kind of like, I was a hater. I'll be honest with y'all. I was a hater. I was a hater, at this point in time. I was not giving him respect. I would have probably, if I was doing this back when I was a sophomore in high school, it would have been the most disrespectful shit. But honestly, I have to respect him, bro. This was 2020. That's so wild, bro. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, y'all.
And sold 197 units in the first week, giving Baby his first #1 album. By the time he dropped the deluxe edition, he had his first and only—
Yep, I do, I do remember this shit. And people was like, stick to the street shit,
#1 single with the Black Lives Matter anthem, The Bigger Picture, which was released during the George Floyd riot. Sadly, since this album was released during the pandemic, all the concerts and shows were closed down. So he wasn't really able to cash in and capitalize on the success of this album.
That would have sucked, bro. Imagine you just dropped the biggest album of your career, and you're like, yo, bro, I can't wait to go out on tour, can't wait to do what I do, see the crowds, feel the crowds, and you can't even go out and tour, bro. You can't even perform the songs on the album.
Looking back, it's wild to think how big Baby's shows could have been in the My Turn era. It was literally the biggest record in the world in 2020, but he never got to take it directly to his fan base.
And that shit probably sucked. And that shit, I would feel so bad, even though I couldn't control it. But me as a person, if so many people are looking forward to me and looking forward to hearing this shit live, I would honestly feel so bad that I couldn't bring it to them.
And now it seems like many of his fans might have lost interest. And we'll discuss the reasons why shortly. Basically, in the aftermath of My Turn's release, it seemed that Lil Baby could do no wrong, with even the likes of the legendary Kanye West labeling him his favorite rapper. Before long, Ye asked him to hop onto Hurricane alongside The Weeknd, making him one of the many people who sought Baby's assistance in 2021 and 2022. He was so in demand that he even claimed to have charged about 300 racks for a feature back in 2022.
Hey, but I'm not gonna even lie, I like him on features. That might be a dumb take to some people, but I like him on features. I actually like his features more than his actual music. Like, I'm just saying, bro.
After dropping the Voice of the Heroes collab project with Lil Durk, which did 150,000 first-week units and another #1. 2022 looked to be the year that Baby took crown that so many people seemed eager to place upon his head. Intent on staying humble and in the moment, he said all the right things in terms of delivering a record that would surpass my churn. As rather than focusing on the temporary high of chart success, Lil Baby insisted to the Breakfast Club that for him, it was longevity that really.
Bro, Charlemagne. What do y'all think about Charlemagne? I'm just gonna ask y'all, cause I know what I think about him, bro. Milk dud right there, bro. He probably used like Mr. Clean, OxyClean on his head, bro.
He mattered.
What is important to you when you put together a project?
That they do well. Also, that they do well for a long period of time. Like that's what matters to me. Like,
That it does well for a long period of time. Wonderful, wonderful. I think that's every artist what they want is their projects to do well for a long period of time. Thank you, Lil Baby.
wanted to stick.
But as we know, this wasn't the case this time, as for the first time in his career, fans would be left wanting more from a Lil Baby release. And soon, a man who had only known plain sailing as a performer was faced with a bombardment of negativity from critics.
They really had to add this clip of Peter getting jumped right here.
And fans.
Only misses?
Initially, the numbers all suggested that things were moving in the right direction when he dropped
This
his
beat,
third album in October of 2020.
Y'all hear that background music?
Upon its release, the album titled It's Only Me sold 216 album equivalent units, including 6,500 pure album sales, which is absurd for this day and age where
650 album sales? 650, bro. 650. Oh my lord.
streaming is everyone's go-to option for listening to their favorite music. While this is pretty amazing, there was something strange about this release. Unlike his other projects, this album stayed only 1 week on the top before dropping directly out of the top 10. And it seemed pretty fishy. To make things work,
when your album or a song, or an album just enters the top 10 like that, and then it's as soon as it's in there, it's out of there. Then you know you got a miss right there. That's a miss right there. Statistically speaking, if you want to go by those statistics now, if you want to go by opinion, then that's something completely different. But if you want to go by how shit is measured this way, then that's the way to go.
the reviews were brutally unimpressed.
Plus, I think that first week album sales really show you, and pure album sales really show you how excited people actually are for the album. You know?
Lil Baby is at his best when he's using those tricks to switch between moods. But there's only one on It's Only Me, wrote Pitchfork, who gave his album a 5.5 out of 10. And it's indifferent, but not in the too cool to care kind of way.
It's Pitchfork, though.
But in the way when words have no weight behind them. Perhaps even more shockingly, the album didn't deliver on the commercial front either. Although it helped Lil Baby make history, becoming the youngest artist to have 23 tracks on the Billboard at once.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but none of them stayed. So it was like some shit, like it was some bittersweet shit, guys. Like he did well, and then he was like, oh shit. Yeah.
None of them stayed there for very long, or made much of a lasting impact, making it seem as if returning fans listened to the song a few times and weren't really feeling them, leading them to quickly dispose of it. Where other albums had big singles to anchor the rollout around, It's Only Me's lead single, Hey, peaked at number 21. Meanwhile, California Breeze and Friday briefly hit the top 10, but disappeared soon after. In the view of academics, who found himself getting dissed on the album in the shape of bars like, academics know he ain't richer than me.
Yeah, I mean,
the problem was due to the amount of success.
Academics, another real quote unquote winner.
he had obtained meant that no one was willing to challenge him on his artistic missteps, instead opting to hold on to their meal ticket until it went into the shredder. Basically, bro had a bunch of yes men surrounding him. And what can they really say when the past...
See, but here's the thing. When you keep yes men around you, guys, for anything, you keep yes men around you for anything, that is going to be the end of whatever you're trying to do, because you're never going to get an actual honest opinion. You're just going to be looking for people to say, yes, I mean, yeah, we got you. Or, yeah, that's cool. Do that.
Couple of years, everything Lil Baby had touched turned to gold. Sharing footage from inside the studio, academics blasted his crew as nothing but yes men, writing, "Look around at everybody in the studio this day you previewed the song. They're all liars. This should have never left the engineer's headphones."
Damn.
And during his appearance on the Flagrant
Damn.
podcast with Andrew Schultz,
But academics has no room to talk, though.
outlined a reaction to the project within the inner circle of the industry, as well as diagnosing what he felt went wrong.
No, I talked to his peers too. I talked to other people who rap. They're all shocked that this is the album that was dropped. Even though it's not trash, I'm gonna amplify the fact that it's mid, which might be just as detrimental if it was trash.
In this sense, the achievement that Lil Baby pulled off with It's Only Me flattered to deceive a little. Or as one Twitter user put it, Lil Baby occupying the entire top 23 on Apple Music with songs from It's Only Me doesn't mean the album ain't mid. While My Turn's success was a catalyst for a period of dominance, this certainly wasn't the case for It's Only Me. And as a result, by the 20th of December 2022, chart data reported that Lil Baby is not present on the Hot 100 for the first time this decade.
Damn, he literally went from being on top of the charts to being nowhere to be found, bro. Like, what the hell?
A 176-week streak of charting. And while this was likely a major blow to his ego, it was nothing compared to
a major fucking blow to his career. That's what it is.
What was coming. As I said in the intro, Lil Baby's star is in a bit of a tailspin at the moment, as he's now having to cancel some shows during his It's Only Us tour. Even though he's tried his best to sweeten the pot by taking the likes of Glorilla and the Kid Laroi on tour with him,
shit.
shows in Phoenix.
If you can't, okay, I think what I think about Glorilla and, like, you know, that whole scene, that whole type of, you know, rap, female rap going on, you know, and the Kid Laroi, two artists that, you know, could sell, actually. And you can't even sell tickets with them on your show, bro. Come on, bro. That's not good. That's not good, bro. How many shows did he have to cancel? Does anybody know? Does anybody know how many shows Lil Baby actually had to cancel?
Phoenix, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, Denver, Indianapolis, Louisville, and Pittsburgh were all canceled without explanation. But in
they ain't selling. That's what it is, bro.
all likelihood, it's because these shows were simply not selling. Almost instantly, Twitter did what they do and went crazy, basically jumping to conclusions about the fall off of Lil Baby. And while that might be a little overzealous to some, it's certainly not a great look. For starters, even with hip-hop's dominance on the charts, it's still uncommon for MCs to be able to accomplish the feat of selling out arenas.
Yeah.
And many of these venues Lil Baby was trying to sell out had capacities of upwards of 20,000 people. In terms of mainstream hip-hop, you need to be as elite of an artist as the likes of Drake, Eminem,
Yes.
Nicki Minaj, or Ye to comfortably fill a basketball stadium or bigger. Even Travis...
Yeah, nobody, like, not no average motherfucker could do that shit. Not no average motherfucker that, you know, could really do that shit. You really have to be something special. Something special in the game. Not saying that, you know, everybody has their place in the game, but not saying that Lil Baby don't, but he can't, he's not at that point where he could do that comfortably.
Scott is experiencing a little bit of blowback from audiences who aren't convinced that he can sell out stadiums single-handedly. Besides, it's not like It's Only Me was his strongest project. Simply put,
Do y'all think Travis Scott could sell out a stadium? Yes or no?
But even though It's Only Me outsold My Turn in the first instance, he hasn't gotten anywhere near the degree of adoration from the audience and industry in general as he did back then. And the album basically disappeared from the world's collective consciousness. But what contributed to this pitfall? And how does he fix it before it's too late? One argument would be that, as often happens, his wealth has made him complacent and robbed him of the fierce.
That happens to a lot of people. You know, they're hungry in the beginning. They're like, they're starving, bro. Hold on, y'all. I gotta do something.
Work ethic that he had.
Do I sound normal, guys? Actually, do I sound normal? Or do I sound like something weird? Right? Do I sound normal?
There we go.
Back in the
There we
day.
go.
For
I figured out how to turn the voice changer off.
starters, he admittedly stopped sharpening his skills, and now is only doing features purely for money rather than to advance his talents as an MC.
What's your feature price right now?
Like 300.
Like 300. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta do it again, guys. I gotta do it again.
Like $300, like 300,000, 300,000.
I ain't been doing features lately.
What's the
I ain't been doing features lately. I've been charging 300,000.
thinking behind that?
Like now I'm about to put out an album. So
Makes
it's like,
sense.
But if I know I ain't putting out no album, I don't got nothing going on, like why not?
In terms of
the host of that podcast. Hold on, bro.
Price right now.
Like 300.
300?
Features lately.
What's the thinking behind that?
Like now I'm about to put out an album. So
Makes
it's
sense.
Like, but if I know I ain't putting out no album, I don't got nothing going on, like why?
Look, bro. This podcast host is like, what is he fucking talking about right now? Like,
Why not?
In terms of the music on It's Only Me, one common critique that's come up from online reviewers like Anthony Fantano and the NFR podcast has been the staleness in production. A familiar criticism that's been leveled at someone like NBA Youngboy in recent years, as they continue to make the same songs over and over again and expect to continue striking gold.
that is true. I mean, you can't do that. Even Dababy, fits into that, where people will hear the same sound so much and they're like, oh, you're using the same flow, you're using the same type of beat, even. It's like change the fucking instruments, change something, bro.
Lil Baby
Change the recipe.
continues to use the likes of ATL Jacob, Chi Chi, Murder Beats, and Wheezy, among others, rather than reaching out of his comfort zone. As a result, some Redditors have wondered if he needs to lock in with just one producer to deliver a degree of cohesion to his work. While the beats may be one reason for how uninspired he sounded on the project, this manifested in his lyrics too. A record which featured songs about adjusting to fame, rather than the honest, insightful bars about his life that made his name.
I mean, insightful. I feel like, hold on, bro. This is Lil Baby we're talking about, right? Right? You know, I'm not trying to disrespect the work. But come on, bro. Like this ain't no like Picasso or anything. This is Lil Baby. Like,
there's every chance that people were perhaps expecting something more on the content front too. As when you consider it's his only #1, the bigger picture technically remains his biggest song. When it initially dropped, Coach K maintained that the song was literally a gateway drug for people to get into Lil Baby. But given that he hasn't had any
gateway drug.
since, it appears
what an expression to use to get into somebody's. And look at this, bro. He actually looks like Goofy from Mickey Mouse. But like, what? This is a gateway drug to get into my music, type of thing. Like, what? Hold on.
that those fans didn't necessarily stick around, and maybe they were relying on some of those conflated numbers who listened to the track to fill those arenas. Plus, it doesn't help that since then, Lil Baby has publicly renounced that direction. The more I'm seeing what's up with all that shit, the more I'm like, let me back off politics. He told GQ in 2020, I don't want to be no Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. I stuck my nose in it. I'm good at that. Now operating in celebrity circles, Lil Baby has become a household name. And while that sounds positive, it likely informed him and his team that they were on the right track when they were really setting themselves up to experience diminishing returns by not evolving enough. Appearing in Axe body spray commercials and getting clowned for his TV spots for the Billboard Music Awards, Baby has gone from Oakland City to hanging with billionaires. And it's clear that while that sounds positive, it likely informed him and his team that they were on the right track when they were really setting themselves up to experience diminishing returns by not evolving enough. Appearing in Axe body spray commercials and getting clowned.
Bro, this fucking comment, bro, will forever be the GOAT comment of Sorry, bro. Oh, I bumped the mic, guys. But oh my, this comment, right? I just want to leave this comment up for a minute. Y'all see this shit, bro? Y'all see this shit? And then look at his face over here, bro. Goofy from Mickey Mouse looking at this motherfucker. Like,
for his TV spots for the Billboard Music Awards, Baby has gone from Oakland City to hanging with billionaires. And it's clear that's exactly the kind of territory that he wants to be in.
Yeah. It seems you've been spending a lot of time around billionaires. What are you learning from being around these people?
Being around those type of people.
I mean, it's better than being where he was. It's better than being around billionaires than it is doing what he was doing before, probably.
I learned a lot of different stuff in business and like how to spend money when I get my money.
Now pictured hugging Michael Rubin and attending all-white parties, Lil Baby has shed his original image.
What up, bro? The next Meek Mill? Hold on.
And while no one is suggesting he should have stayed in the hood, it seems like he's trying to speedrun his hip-hop career to the point of being an arena-selling artist with a massive net worth, when he hasn't necessarily did all the work required for that.
No,
and now it appears that some of those same...
It takes a lot of work to do that, and, you know, and if people don't look at you as like that elite artist, maybe you're just somebody that people fuck with that's in the game. But if you're not looked at as those elite artists, you're not going to make it that far. You know what I mean? Like you have to have the people behind you. You have the people behind you. The people is what makes you, basically, you know? Sort of like with streams. People who tune into the streams, they make me, bro. Honestly. people who listen to artists' music. They're the ones, to me, that make the artists. Same with people watching YouTube, Twitch, anything like that.
Listeners that made him a star are beginning to sour on him. Or, as is often the case in a genre as fast-paced as hip-hop, have since moved on to someone else. To Lil Baby's credit, he understood this was a very viable possibility given how fickle the game is, and opened up about it during an appearance on Revolt's Big Facts podcast.
You do this shit forever.
Right. It's possible.
It's possible too, though. You feel me? Like, but for the most part, it be like, you have a little windows.
A previously humble artist that
you do. It's called 3 to 5 years.
Now has his own label's IG account saluting him as the best artist of his generation. It seems like the celebrity lifestyle likely lulled him into a false sense of security in terms of his power as a draw.
That's why you never get too comfortable. And whatever you want to do, you never get too comfortable until you know that you for sure made it like that and that you got it like that.
And as a result, he didn't necessarily take on the musical evolution needed to keep his fans engaged. For all these reasons, Lil Baby is now facing the toughest crossroads of his career. But is there still time to course correct? Well, in Lil Baby's opinion, it seems so.
Do you feel like you've mastered your craft yet?
Not at all. I just say my craft as a rapper, I feel like I'm 20%.
What?
Oh my God, bro. Another one of the, I'm sorry. Why do rappers always be like, I'm 20%, bro? Y'all have only seen 20% of what I can do. Okay, then why haven't you showcased the rest of what you could do? Where's the other percent of what you can do, bro? Why haven't you shown us by now? You're just now trying to show us that shit? Anyway, guys. This is probably where I'm going to stop with the live reaction with the videos. But I appreciate you guys. Whoever tuned in, I don't even care if anybody tuned in. I was just doing this shit because I actually just love doing it, right? But it's just crazy to think your career can be gone. It just a blink of an eye, especially if you're a musician. All my musicians out there, you gotta keep up. If you can't keep up, if you're a musician and you can't keep up in today's day and age, which is very hard to, but if you can't keep up, then it's gonna be very hard to get anywhere, really, to be honest with y'all. But in next stream, guys, on my next stream, do you want a reaction to the next two? The next two is how Roddy Ricch destroyed his reputation, which that's probably a name y'all haven't heard in like a minute. And then there's another one where it's the biggest fall off ever, which is Chance the Rapper. You know, and Chance the Rapper's fall off was actually kind of sad for me because I actually like Chance, right? I actually vibed with Chance. It's just, it's crazy why his fall off happened. It's just crazy. Just think about it, bro. You're just expressing how much you love his wife, how much he loves his wife, bro. 30 times, 40 times, 50 times. He's just saying how much he loves his wife. Like, what the fuck, bro? But again, and also, too, I got to shout out to KMD. Thanks for saying hi in the chat and everything, guys. My social medias are in the description below. If y'all want to follow my Instagram, it's in there. Y'all want to follow my X, which I'm not really active on X. Also, if you guys want to follow my Patreon, that's also there. But I'll catch you guys on Monday. I'm going to have a new video, drop it on Monday. And I hope you guys tune into it. Hope you guys enjoy it. But this has been a fun stream. And I'm going to go probably to bed. Or if not, just chill. But probably go to bed because I got to go to work tomorrow. But see you guys. Peace.